Have you heard of the Chester, Pennsylvania race riot? Picture Chester, Pennsylvania, 1917, a time of racial tension and migration. What's unique? No police brutality accusations and a mayor treating black and white rioters equally. Why? Southern blacks moved north for jobs, sparking competition and tension. Then, on July 24th, chaos erupts. Accounts varied as to what happened, but ultimately Arthur Thomas, a black man, unalives William McKinney, a white man, triggering a week-long clash. Surprisingly, officials prevent lynching attempts. Aftermath? Over 360 arrests, trials, and a twist. Investigations find no labor dispute between the men, but that the conflict occurred because of a conspiracy by white gang members who were associates of McKinney. Mayor McDowell, ridiculed for fairness in the media, faced death threats. In the end, Thomas was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter in McKinney's death.
So I remember learning about this one in the 8th grade from Mr. Ragsdale. Big ups, Mr. Ragsdale, Marietta Junior High. The reason why I say that, because Mr. Ragsdale was a fair-minded white gentleman who would teach us pure history. He was not biased in his teachings. He would tell us it is what it is. That was one of his favorite sayings. It is what it is. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. But I remember him teaching us this one because one of the things he wanted to indicate to us, and one of the things that I learned from that, is that not every person throughout history, every white person throughout history, was racist to the point where they would treat people unfairly. The mayor of this town treated people fairly. If you were a criminal, you're a criminal. If you're not a criminal, you're not a criminal. Whatever the real situation was, that was the real situation. And that's all he dealt with. It is what it is. But even upon him dealing with it in that manner, he still received death threats over and over and over again. The man had to fear for his life and his family, which is a sad blight on history because we know that majority of the time, that's not what happens. Majority of the time, the city officials and the police and the judges will side with the majority. And in this case, it would have been the white people. And they would have unjustly vilified black people. But in this case, it was done fairly. And those are things that we do have to recognize in history. Because even today, we got people who will say that all white people are this and all black people are that. When the truth of the matter is, all black people and all white people are not anything. We're not anything when it comes to socioeconomic mentalities. Just like all black people are not Democrats and not all black people are Republicans, not all white people are Republicans and not all white people are Democrats. But there is a divide between the people as to what they decide to follow and what they decide to believe in. Now, does that mean that we don't have racial inequality in this country? Of course we do. Do we not have it in this world? Of course we do. Is it something that we can work towards? Of course it is. But are people willing to set aside some of their prejudices and some of their racism to be able to do that? Are we willing to prop up those people who have shown fairness and have shown that they are not being racist, but they are just looking at the situation for what it is? And until we start doing things of that nature, we will never, ever get past this idea of one race is superior to the other race. Whether we're looking at it through history or we're looking at it through our present day, the moment that we start to look at people and justify them based on who they are, that's when we will start to do a hell of a lot better. So I commend this mayor for doing the right thing at the right time, even though it was a horrible time in history, when in most cases, that would not have been the case. So although a lot of my videos are little known black history, this one is a little known human history that we should all actually still know about. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, we have to free ourselves to be ourselves because our greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.